Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. I do have a doctorate degree in psychology, so hence the comma PhD in my channel name. This video is about finding a compatible partner. And if you already have one, then this may not be relevant to you. If you're polyamorous, this is still relevant to you. The key to finding the right partner, to finding someone compatible, is to determine if you both can meet some of each other's desires and wants and needs. And it's really that simple. It sounds really simple, and it really is, but we make it difficult because sometimes we're not honest with ourselves, or sometimes we're looking at it from a selfish standpoint. We meet people and we're like, okay, where are you at in life? Do you own your house? Do you own your car? Do you have a stable job? Do you take care of your pets? Do you have any children? Can you cook? Are you good at, maintaining furniture or the house or the yard, things like that? And so we ask all these questions, or we're thinking of asking these questions of someone else, and we're missing a key element. If you're potentially going to be with someone, it's not all about what they can do for you. It goes both ways. And so I want you to think about, what do you bring to the table? What do you have to offer? Because those questions that you're asking to them, they may be like, that's irrelevant. Almost anyone can cook. I can cook food that tastes good, but I don't consider myself a good cook. So, I'm 5'7.5" and I weigh 203 pounds. I do not miss a meal. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And so for someone to say, can you cook? Most people can. Most people can put something together to eat and be full and their stomach be satisfied. So is that question really relevant? And if you're looking for a cook or looking for someone who likes to clean, then hire a maid, hire a chef. You know what I'm saying? And so think about the questions that you're asking. Now, asking someone if they have children at my age, I'm 51 right now, is irrelevant also, because if I do have children, chances are they're grown. I understand if you're in your 20s and you ask someone if they have kids and you don't, maybe you're thinking they may slow you down. You want to go hang out. They need to find a babysitter. They need to actually make plans versus being spontaneous, which may be how you roll. And so there are situations where some questions are relevant, but then sometimes they're not. I have people my age asking me, do I have children? I'm like, if I did, they'd be in their 30s. What difference would it make? They would be out on their own, living their own life with their own families in their own home or wherever. And so just think about things. Think about what you bring to the table. Because I've had dudes bombard me with those types of questions. Do you cook? Do you have kids? Do you own your own place? Do you have your own car? Do you have a job? And I'm thinking, well, what do you have? Like, what are you bringing to me besides questions about me? And also, as you get to know people, you'll learn those basic things over time anyway. And so instead of rushing in thinking what they can do for you, let's just get to know each other. Let's just meet out, go roller skating, go bowling, go walk around the park, go out to eat somewhere with outdoor seating because it's still COVID, and then just organically get to know that person and see what develops versus bombarding them with questions as if you're looking for a mail order bride. You're looking for someone to check all these boxes and then say, okay, that's the one for me, when all you know is what they can do. You still don't know their personality. You don't know how their thought processes are. You don't know how their personal habits are. You don't even know if they're neat or a clutterbug or not. Like, you don't know that person. Just because someone may check the boxes of what you're looking for, what about a good personality? What about a kind heart? What about someone who likes to volunteer their time? What about someone that likes to be helpful to other people? What about someone who is family oriented and enjoys quality time? What about those things? Aren't those more important? Somebody that's loving, somebody that's caring, somebody that's a good listener, I'm saying somebody a lot, somebody who really wants to take the time to get to know you, someone who's compassionate. What about those things? And do you have any of those qualities? What are you bringing? So think about that. So one of the keys to finding the right partner or partners or a compatible partner is determining if you're a good fit for each other, not just what they can do for you. Because if you're just looking for a maid or a cook, anybody can come clean and cook. But is that someone who you're going to actually enjoy being in their company? You see what I'm saying? So I want you to think about that. One of the reasons why I said some questions are not relevant if you're polyamorous is because I have met people in their 40s and 50s that say they don't know if they want kids or not. I have never wanted children, and so I've never had children. But if I were to meet someone my age who is like, oh, I'm not sure if I want kids, first of all, I'm like, okay, you're like 60. Like, why would you want kids at 60? Anyway, if they're polyamorous as well, it doesn't matter if I want kids or not, because they can have another partner who may want to have kids. Or for someone who's a gym rat, I'm not a gym rat because of my disabilities. There's just certain things my body is like, girl, go sit down. You're not doing that today or tomorrow or next week. And so I also don't want to slow anyone down. And so if someone is telling me, you know, they're very active in the winter, they go skiing and, you know, they're skateboarding and they go to the gym every day and, you know, they go hiking. I will go hiking though. But if they're doing a lot of things and they're very active, in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to slow anybody down. But being polyamorous, and if they are too, it doesn't matter that I'm not as active as they are, because another one of their partners may have that high activity level like they do. And so think about that as well. If you are polyamorous, does it matter if I'm a good cook? Your other partner might be a good cook. Let me know. I'll come over and eat with y'all because I like to eat. And so I am a foodie. Anyway, think about the questions that you ask people and ask yourself, why is that important to you? Is it because you were raised to think women are supposed to cook and keep the house clean? And as a man, as long as you have a job, everything is fine? Which I think that's really antiquated. But anyway, think about why you ask certain questions. If you're a woman and you're asking him, are you good with yard maintenance? Are you good with fixing the car? Honey, you can take your car to the auto shop. They have mechanics for that. Like, is it really that important that your person checks certain boxes when it's things that you can get done elsewhere? Yes, you would have to pay for it. Yes, it is convenient if your partner can fix a car. But is it a requirement? Is it a deal breaker over having a good personality or being a sloppy drunk? You know what I mean? So just think about why you want to know the things you want to know. Take your time and get to know people. First and foremost, just figure out if you even enjoy being around that person, because they can check all your boxes and be a bitch or a bastard, and you're just like, oh, I can't stand it when they come around. Yeah, the food is good, but is it worth putting up with their attitude? You know what I mean? And so I'm hoping this makes sense. Just think about why you're gravitating towards certain people, especially if you continue gravitating towards people who turn out to not be the right people for you. Think about not only your approach, but how you're interacting with someone when you first meet them, and also how they're interacting or communicating with you. Are you talking about things of substance, or is it just surface? What can you do? Well, what can you do? You know, it goes both ways. And so the most important thing is just take your time, openly communicate, get to know someone, who they are in their core being versus what they can physically offer you, because anybody can offer you almost anything. So is that really the most important thing? No, it's not, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up if this gave you something to think about. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave your comments below, and you will see me in the next video. Thanks.